He who has a why to live can bear almost any how. Without music, life would be a mistake. One must still have chaos in oneself to be able to give birth to a dancing star. It is not a lack of love, but a lack of friendship that makes unhappy marriages. All things are subject to interpretation. Whichever interpretation prevails at a given time is a function of power and not truth. It is impossible to suffer without making someone pay for it. Every complaint already contains revenge. The doer alone learneth. You have your way. I have my way. As for the right way, the correct way, and the only way, it does not exist. There are no facts, only interpretations. Thoughts are the shadows of our feelings, always darker, emptier, and simpler. Blessed are the forgetful, for they get the better even of their blunders. There is always some madness in love. But there is also always some reason in madness. In every real man a child is hidden that wants to play. The surest way to corrupt a youth is to instruct him to hold in higher esteem those who think alike than those who think differently. Those who cannot understand how to put their thoughts on ice should not enter into the heat of debate. Art raises its head where creeds relax. The best weapon against an enemy is another enemy. This is the hardest of all, to close the open hand out of love, and keep modest as a giver. Perhaps I know best why it is man alone who laughs. He alone suffers so deeply that he had to invent laughter. Art is the proper task of life. Woman was God's second mistake. A woman may very well form a friendship with a man, but for this to endure, it must be assisted by a little physical antipathy. Success has always been a great liar. The irrationality of a thing is no argument against its existence, rather a condition of it. There is more wisdom in your body than in your deepest philosophy. Love is not consolation. It is light. It is always consoling to think of suicide. In that way one gets through many a bad night. To live is to suffer. To survive is to find some meaning in the suffering. Hope in reality is the worst of all evils because it prolongs the torments of man. That which does not kill us makes us stronger. He who would learn to fly one day must first learn to stand and walk and run and climb and dance. one cannot fly into flying. The essence of all beautiful art, all great art, is gratitude. In individuals, insanity is rare, but in groups, parties, nations, and epochs, it is the rule. The true man wants two things, danger and play. For that reason he wants woman, as the most dangerous plaything. Ah, women! They make the highs higher and the lows more frequent. To forget one's purpose is the commonest form of stupidity. We have art in order not to die of the truth. The future influences the present just as much as the past. We love life, not because we are used to living, but because we are used to loving. Fear is the mother of morality. There cannot be a God because if there were one, I could not believe that I was not he. A casual stroll through the lunatic asylum shows that faith does not prove anything. One should die proudly when it is no longer possible to live proudly. When you look into an abyss, the abyss also looks into you. Whenever I climb, I am followed by a dog called ego.